For this quad stretch, we're going to use a stability ball. You could use either a 65 centimeter or a 55 centimeter, even a 75 centimeter, larger one. But if you have the option, I would say just go with a 55 or a 65. They're just easier to handle. I'll use a 65. And I'm going to put the leg I'm stretching, that foot up on top of this ball. I go onto all fours, reach back, grab the ball with my foot, bring that knee to the floor, and then I'll take my opposite foot, bring it up flat in front of me. If you're really fighting with balance here, you can use a stick or something to prop your hand up against for stability. So when I get up here, as I sit up tall, I want to bring my hip underneath my shoulder. So if I'm not able to do so and we have a little bit of hip flexion left over, the ball is just too close, you're just going to have to back it up a little bit. So if that's the case, I just push it back a little bit, come back up, and sit upright. Bring that hip underneath the shoulder. And here I should feel the stretch going somewhere in the line of the quad. If the knee is uncomfortable with this or it's painful, put some extra padding under there. And if I tighten my glute, I'll start feeling this quad stretch even more. So that's the goal, is to keep this glute on so that this will help the quad relax further into the stretch. So for me right now, I could use a little bit more stretch. So I'm going to bring the ball back in. Heel gets closer to my hip, stretches the quad more. Hip forward again, I can get extended, so I'm good. I'm going to turn this glute on, and it's still not too intense. I've got some room on the end. I'm not maxed out on my stretch. I'm probably no more than 70% of intensity. That's where I want to be. So now with the glute on, hips up, just let that quad stretch, breathe. The breath is so important when you're stretching. Your nervous system is highly tuned to the volume and the pace of your breath. So if we slow the breath down to anywhere from a 4 to 5 second inhale, 4 to 5 second exhale, it actually soothes the nervous system, so to speak, and your body responds by relaxing more, giving you greater length in the tissue, better stretch. So this is phase one, and I can hold this anywhere from, I can do this at this stretch on its own and just hold it for anywhere from a minute to 2 minutes just in this position. But we're going to go through several phases here, so we'll use it no more than 30 seconds if we're going to go to different phases. So after 30 seconds or so, I can take the same arm, reach it right up to the ceiling. And what I'm doing effectively here is I'll feel the stretch extend now from just in the quad. It's going to go up into my ribs a little bit the further I reach my arm. Now I'm just going to hold this again for anywhere from 10 to up to 30 seconds. Glutes still on. I'm breathing, reaching long through the arm. And then I'm just going to brace onto this left leg with my forearm and side bend, reaching long through my arm still. And I can really feel the stretch extending up into my obliques, into my ribs. Just keep breathing. Anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. We're going to do one more phase where we're actually going to rotate. So again, I keep the glute on, quad still stretching, and I'm going to twist around, grab the ball with this hand and my knee with the opposite hand, and I'm going to use those hands as leverage to create greater twist so I can get my shoulders behind me and my head looking behind me.